While Pokemon's initial start with their new voice crew was shaky at first, the Diamond and Pearl series injected energy back into the franchise. Over time, the characters have become just as significant as the older seasons from before. From a movie perspective, the entries have varied in storytelling, but most average on the side of acceptable. For Diamond and Pearl, this trilogy of films revolving around the legendary Pokemon of different realms has been inconsistent in its stories, despite them all being connected. The rise of Darkrai felt more like a set of random events because of a misunderstanding, while Giratina and the Sky Warrior kind of picked up the slack, only for the ball to be dropped slightly on this finale. It all feels very up and down. The plot in this story wraps up the encounters of Ash and company from the last two films involving Palkia, Dialga, and Giratina into a final conflict. The new legendary Pokemon to be revealed is Arceus, voiced by Tom Wayland, a creator of worlds, essentially a god. After being awakened by the ripples in dimensions, thanks to Palkia, Dialga, and Giratina, Arceus seeks what it created ages ago called the Jewel of Life. Unfortunately, the memory Arceus last recalled was being betrayed by Damos, voiced by Dan Green, the last person it encountered. So now Arceus descends with the intent of payback. Meanwhile, Ash and company meet Sheena, voiced by Carrie Keranen, and Kevin, voiced by Wayne Grayson, two specialists in the background of Arceus, and who can also connect with Pokemon's hearts. Strange, but okay. As there should be no shock, the Yuyama Sonoda duo are back again for another round of directing and writing together. It's crazy how long these guys have been doing it for. What's also crazy is how uneven they've been as well in their entries working on this franchise. Continuity cannot be discredited here, as this and the last film both have been acknowledged as past events very clearly. On the other hand, this does not change the fact that the storytelling is very repetitive in this entry. When Ash and company first learn of Arceus' past, they are told by Sheena and Kevin. Then, through a series of flashbacks, it's told again. There are even flashbacks within flashbacks in this entry. It's not terrible, but it feels more like padding than actual storytelling. Another thing that doesn't make complete sense are the timelines involved. Pokemon the Movie 2000 was bad, because it had randomly put Ash at the center of a prophecy. Here it does something like that, but in a different way and also including his friends. That should bring into question more things than just altering certain events. Voice acting performances, though, were good despite only some of the supporting characters actually participating. Wayne Grayson, Carrie Keranen, and Dan Green are known for their roles in Yu-Gi-Oh! Tom Wayland also has experience in various dubbing of Japan-related content like One Piece, Mobile Suit Gundam Seed, and even Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And nothing needs to be said for the other main actors, as they've already proven themselves over time to make themselves the characters people know and enjoy. Visually, the animation is nothing really to criticize over. Animation is digital now and no longer cel-driven, so the scenes that take place look good. Cinematography again was handled by Takeya Mitsutani, but not much can be said since no real camera exists in regular animation. CGI has been integrated pretty well now into the show and its film entries. The film score, composed by Shinji Miyazaki, is another component expected to be around, and with no domestic album release. From what is heard, sounds appropriate for the scene displayed, and for the movie as a whole. Nothing that stands out a lot, but it's worth hearing if given the possible opportunity to do so. The question is, when will a domestic album be available again? It's surprising there's not enough interest in these scores. Rounding out the stories from previous films, this entry shows how all the events are connected, which is good. And while the voice acting, animation, and music are all from what one would expect, the timelines involved and narrative repeats itself more than necessary. This leads to just an average finale.